Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Picnic Table Chat Show. I'm hoping the audio is okay, but if it's not, please do let me know. I just want to say a massive welcome to everyone viewing on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. We currently have viewers on all three platforms, and a massive welcome to everyone listening in the future on our podcasts on Apple, Spotify, and Anchor. So, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you for listening. It's always an honour to host to you all. We're going to do a little £10 giveaway shortly, but before that, I'm just going to tell you a few other things that we had going on. So today, I've done a bit of a update on our website. There's been a few pages changes, the news and things, news and updates, whatever has been updated. So that's worth checking out if you haven't already. A couple of new things added to the store, including the Ants on a Rock mug. I quite like this because it's a mug with my banner on. I'm actually drinking a cup of coffee out of it right now. Here's the camera. If we go, if I show you like that, there's. I try not to spill it and burn myself, but that's my mug. But I'm going back to that because it's really hot and I'm not wearing a top. Like I'm literally sat here sweating. So yeah, there's a few new products, new things on the website. So yeah, check it out. Check out all the pages because, like I said, I've done a few updates and editing on a few different pages and whatnot. So let's get on with the giveaway. So we've currently got 9 people viewing from what it says on my screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a duck race. In fact, we're going to put up a banner. Hang on, here we go. £10 giveaway duck race happening soon. Grab your numbers. We're going to go for 11 ducks in this duck race. There's currently 9 people, so that allows for a couple more to join if necessary. But grab your numbers. All you got, it's already gone up to 10, so there we go. Grab your numbers. All you got to do is say the number duck that you want to try to win. First comes first serve. Grab your number. If the number's already gone, you've got to try again to get a number, so on and so forth. Simple as that, you know how to work it out. Brilliant. I'm going to call it out. Michael Taylor is on Facebook. He's chosen number 5. So anyone on YouTube, do not choose number 5. We got Andrew K at 7. Ted's Creatures 3. Creepy Critters and Reptiles 4, Katrina 7, Tracy 2, Roger at 8, Michael at 5, Antisocial 6. So I'm bringing that duck race up in 2 seconds. I'm just waiting for it to load. Roger is duck number 8. Katrina is duck number 1. I think we still have duck number 9, duck number 10, duck number 11. There might be a couple other ducks. I'll have a look in a second. Oh, we've got a good lineup. It's a great lineup of ducks. They're aggressive. They're ready to roll. Ants UK is coming in at 9. Good luck to everyone in this competition as well. So I think that's pretty much all the numbers. I know number 10 and number 11 are still up for grabs. There might be a couple more. Remember your number. Let's get this duck race underway. I'm not going to go through all ducks because there's so many races. We've got bat duck, we've got a reindeer duck, we've got soldier duck, top hat duck, scuba diver duck, loads of other ducks. I'm not going to go through it all. Let's just see how it goes. Good luck, everyone. This is for a £10 on the Ants on the Rock store. This is in kind of celebration. We've been put on the Ant website, which is really cool. It means we're on the list of all the Ant stores. You know, a little bit of recognition of our work as such. Nice to be recognised amongst the others. Yeah, a massive thank you to Ant Check as well. If you haven't seen Ant Check, check it out. They've got like basic directory of all the different ant stores all around the world. Really cool, and you can compare prices of the different ants and things like that. It's a really good website, really handy. I'm going to shut up now because we're going to let the tension build up until the end of the race. I do apologise for the lag. Well, it's looking pretty close. And the prize goes to number 3, Ted's Creatures UK. Well done, buddy. Well done. We will probably do another giveaway in like half an hour, maybe. I don't know. Depends how many people are viewing at the time. If we've got a few viewers, I will probably do another giveaway slightly later on because I love doing it. Why not? So well done, Ted. Give me a message and we will sort out your £10 voucher, buddy. And well done, that duck as well. That was a solid effort from the reindeer duck. Tom, could I have a mug, please? Yes, you definitely can. Give me a message and we can definitely sort that out, Katrina. Like, I'm pretty happy with them. Yeah. What was it? I've been drinking out of a normal mug for so long that it's nice to have one with my own. You know what? I used to have one. I can't even remember what my last one was, but I always like to have my own special mug. So it's kind of nice to have. Yeah. I was excited. And I've got my own at the same time as the mugs turn. Well, I had loads of deliveries turn up in one go today, to be honest. Shirts turned up, our staff shirts for our workshops that we're going. So that was pretty cool. I think in the next one, I'm going to flip the logos around. So it's the main logo on the front and the banner on the back, because at the minute it's banner on the front, logo on the back. And I think I'm going to flip that around. It just makes more sense. But still, either way, I'm really happy and they fit and blah, blah, blah. And now we kind of look a little bit more professional when we're doing our workshops. I'm super excited. Now, can you see these roaches that I fed to the ants? Getting a bit mullered today, aren't they? Just a little bit mullered. There's quite a few ants on them. Suppose they were hungry. But what's everyone been up to? Feel free to give me a message what you've been up to. If you've got any issues with your ants, anything you want to talk about, feel free to just pop it in the chat at any time. So anyways, let's talk about a few other things. Manny the mantis has molted again. He's getting quite big now. He's a lot bigger than when I first got him. I keep calling him a he. I have no idea if it's a he or she. Honestly, I'm not too worried. I will love it regardless. He's getting quite large now, a lot larger than when he first came to me. I tried him with a small bloke, but he didn't seem to be that bothered by it. He did molt a couple of days ago, I will say. So it's not like you're not supposed to feed them for a couple of days after they molt. So I just wanted to make that clear that it has been a couple of days. Any news on new stores? I'm not releasing any more news about new stores until the 31st of July, and then I'm going to release the whole new list of who's coming. But there is quite a long list up on the website already. Mantis can be both sex. That's really interesting, actually. Like I say, I'm not too worried about what it is. I love it either way. You know what I mean? Saw an update on the website, but didn't show any stores apart from Answer Us. Yeah, that's fair. Like I said, I'm waiting to do the full update on the 31st. What time is opening? Because I'll be there early, hopefully help set up and all that. If you want to help set up, Katrina, give me a little message, because obviously I'm going to be there from super early. But the main doors are opening at 10 a.m. and they shut again at 4. Best were like invert vendors, which isn't very yeah, there are a few more ant vendors, don't worry about that. But again, I will do the full update at the end of the month when I've got the proper list, if you know what I mean. Here's something interesting. There's something on my sheet that I was going to talk to you about tonight. We had a thing pop up earlier that like no one could leave their homes and everything was getting cordoned off by the police. Bomb squads would get called in. Bear in mind, we have a nuclear submarine like facility less than half my house. We once had a leaflet come through, so if you ever hear a siren, sit at home, wait to see what happens. Basically, like right, so we're not gonna like survive that. But yeah, so it was a little bit concerning what was going on, bomb squads and whatnot. Turns out someone handed in a live grenade to the. There's a D-Day museum down there, sort of thing. They handed in a live grenade. So that was quite interesting, but I think it's all sorted now. But yeah, for quite a while it was a little bit like, what's going on? So it's a little bit worrying when the nuclear facility's down there. Katrina, thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, that was exactly the plan. Get everyone who likes different inverts, different reptiles, whatever, into the room, and then blast them with all the ant awesomeness and be like, ha, take up this new hobby. And you know they will. They won't be able to resist, like you say. But I wanted to open it up to other vendors as well, not just ants, because, you know, I'm fully inclusive like that. That's just the way I am. And I think it just makes for a bit of a better show, you know, full rounded as such. But all the stages and exhibits and everything, that's all strictly ants, don't get me wrong. Just the vendors I've kind of, what's the word, flexed a bit with. That's it. Do I have a YouTube link? I can, I don't know. Can one of my moderators get the link to share this stream and post it into the chat, please? For the, in fact, that won't work. Yeah, do that actually, and I'll work some magic if that's okay with one of my mods, please. Yeah, Ants UK. I think we're still quite different from most of the invert shows. Like I say, it is mainly ant-based stuff still. If I can highlight that. That's the link. How can I highlight that? Aha, it will let me highlight that. And then put that in that. And that like that. No, that didn't work. Hang on, that. That. And that. And ta-da! There you go, Michael, buddy. Done it for you. Knew I could do that somehow. So, anyways, Bomb Squad, and that's the. I've told you a little bit about Bomb Squad. That was a little bit. There we go. Nice one, buddy. A little bit concerning, like I say, the Bomb Squad being about. We weren't sure what it was about. Always slightly concerning. Like I say, when the Bomb Squad's called to a nuclear submarine facility. Nice, Tom. Bet the Mantis looks lovely now. Some special colour. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, I can't even say how beautiful it is, honestly, when it smiles at me. And you know what I mean by when it smiles, when it gives you that look, you know. Yeah, it is really stunning. Let's say it didn't seem that into the roach when I tried it, but what I've done is I just kind of put the roach in there. I have crushed its head a little bit, but it's still wiggling and it's sat there on a branch. So if he comes down, he might go for it, he might not. If not, I'll take out the deal, so you know. But it's there. I might just try with another waxworm soon. Maybe the roach was just slightly too big for him. It was one of my smallest ones, but maybe it was just too intimidating still. So we'll try him with a waxworm if he doesn't go for the roach. But he looks lovely, and he is starting to get a slight tint of blue, I'd say. Maybe it's my imagination, you know, wishful thinking, but I would say he's starting to get that slight tint, mainly around the arm areas. Are they arms? They are the arms, but I know they have a particular name, but it just eludes me right now. And there's a tarantula as well, doing really well. One thing I put the roaches in and they're climbing up right around where he is going to get it. I'm probably missing it right now, to be honest, and that's super cool. I love watching the tarantulas feeding. It's not something I've experienced before owning one, obviously, but super cool to watch. If you're into that sort of thing, I know a lot of people are sort of intimidated by spiders, and I always was, but I do quite like owning this one. It's such a beautiful specimen as well. Like as it wanders around its enclosure and whatnot, I am mesmerized by it as much as I am the ants. Very, very cool. So what else is going on in the world at the moment? Well, we won't go there actually because the world's a crazy, crazy place at the moment. But we will have a little bit of a talk about what I'm doing in the world. This weekend, we're doing our first workshop. How exciting is that? Our first workshop. I keep mentioning it in little bits, but I am super excited. Honestly, this last week, I've put in so many hours to get everything prepared. All the fact file sheets are now finished because I've had most of them ready, but I've now gone all out and got every single one done, dusted. Happy days with that. Got loads of information, things that I'm taking with me. All the enclosures are ready. All the animals are pretty much ready. They're getting fed tonight in preparation for it, you know. It's going to go well. Our shirts are here. Our staff shirts are here. Our banner. I think everything's pretty prepared. Everything's going well. We're super happy and super excited. It's gonna be so fun because it's interactive. You know, it's not gonna be like too structured. You know, it's gonna be a bit like this. Me getting out there, chatting to people, getting them interested in ants and creepy crawlies and everything I take with me. And it's just going to be great fun being like so hands-on with it, you know what I mean? Rather than just talking boring lectures, because that anyone could do that. And I just want to like get in there and like, come see what I've got, you know what I mean? Hold this beetle. It's going to be great fun. It's going to be great fun. And hopefully they're going to enjoy it as well. Like I say, we've got our first one this weekend. That's at an event on Portland. So if you're local to Portland or Dorset, or you feel like coming down, come to the event. I think it's only a $5 or something to come in. It's all on the website. You can check it out on my website on the events, under the events section. It's on there somewhere under workshops, I think. Something like that. And then we've got a couple more like local to me that we're going to be at a few different places. So if you want to come see us, see what we're doing at these workshops, there is quite a few different events local to the Weymouth and Portland area. Yes, they did. Thank you very much. They are perfect. They're to obviously go with me to these workshops. I've got quite a nice little collection building up now of different millipedes and things like that. And I think they're going to be really spectacular because a lot of things I'm not going to allow the children to like hold. But the millipedes, if they're out and say on a piece of cucumber, I could potentially put the piece of cucumber on their hand. I'm not necessarily going to pick them up and put them on their hand, but I'll put the cucumber on. And if they want to wander off and like go on their hand, then they do. You know, they've done that with me a few times. You just got to be there to supervise it. Feed them up well so they don't eat the kids. Yeah. See, I have promised that no kids will be eaten in the process of the. They actually did come up. I said, no, don't worry about anything like that. Anything with teeth will be in a secure kind of enclosure. But yeah, I thought that was quite funny. And obviously on my insurance, I had to go with everything like that. Like everything's in tight enclosures and so on and so forth. It's always good fun to go through insurance processes, isn't it? I love the insurance guys, and I'm sure they love me because like every time I ring them, they're like, "Oh no, what have you got now?" Like, wow, wow. Yeah, insurance, lovely set of guys. If you like those sorts of people. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I've just been invaded. I don't know if anyone can hear. But yeah, get out the recording studio. That was me being nice to the wife. Nah, she's lovely. She don't mind. She just had to come in and get a new thing of water. Which reminds me, actually, our studio will be changing. I'm going to go into complete details of how soon or where or situation. Ted, see you later, Katrina. Thank you very much for joining. Lime small. Yeah, I know, but I can't wait to see them when they grow big. They get really like I had some in the multi-species tank in front of you, and they were massive. They were like giant. I can't remember giant olives or giant. They were giant something, and they got really big. Very impressive. I also really like the red tie flats. They were beautiful. I might have to get some of them at some point. So if you ever come across them, I will buy them. What was I saying a second ago? Oh, that's it. We're doing these workshops. We're putting a lot of effort in, But so the main situation change here at the moment is I am no longer doing most of the work I was doing, if that's the way to say it. So I'm going more like full time with the ant stuff now. I'll be putting a lot more hours and effort into the workshops, the events, the shop, that everything. I'm going to be a lot more effort in strictly, let's say, pretty much go take it as a full-time job now. So hopefully you'll see lots more improvements, lots more really cool videos coming out. And I hope I do everyone proud, if that makes sense. I'm sure it kind of does. I don't know. I get very confused. You know, I get confused. Which reminds me, getting so confused. There's assassin bugs. I love assassin bugs. I nearly got them for this multi-species tank actually, just as like a population control, but I decided against it in the end. But they are something I've always looked into getting, but I've never got yet. You know what I mean? I probably will. I probably will. There's nothing stopping me. And to be honest, I've got quite a lot of enclosures free at the moment. My main thing is I'm not gonna be. Oh, that's what I was talking about. I'm not gonna be expanding much of my range more until after the event, just because I'm so invested time and energy and monetarily wise in the event at the minute. I just can't uh, can't get much more in. You know what I mean? But yeah, so that's what I was telling you about. We are having a studio change. The whole Ant Corner is going to be moving to a new location, a new secret location, far underground, where it has 25 million locks, 2 elevators, and a pool of crocodiles to get past just to go in the front door. It's going to be fun getting to that every night to go streaming. Or not every night, but no, it doesn't have any of that actually. But it is going to be really cool. We're going to have a new Ant Corner room. The studio is going to be set up in there. All the tanks, all the different formicarium, all the different feeders, everything is going to be set up really nicely in a new location, and it's going to look really super cool. I've got some cool plans, obviously. Yeah, I'm not. What's the word? I'm not going to give away all the secrets. I say I'm not going to tell you where it's happening, but you will notice because you'll go to. I'll put on my camera at some point and be like, "Hang on a minute, what's going on there?" And all the ants will be behind me, and it will look awesome, and you'll be like, "Oh, that's cool. That's cool." But yes, that will be happening. Super exciting for that. I might see if I can do it without anyone noticing. See if you probably if I just did this camera view, no one would notice, would they? I could be anywhere in the world right now as long as I have this. As long as I have a camera on this tank and a microphone with me, I could be anywhere in the world right now, and you think I'm on my little island. That's funny. Who else had thunder yesterday? Thunder and lightning. We had it awesomely, and I mean that awesomely. It was very cool. Massive strikes of lightning, very, very close to where we are. Huge strikes, in fact. And it's been cloudy and misty ever since. It went down to something like 7 degrees, which at the moment I know some of you are getting like 40 degrees. So I'm sorry, but it's really nice and cool here. At the moment, it's 17 degrees. And it is absolutely beautiful. We got nice big clouds appearing above us. I'm expecting heavy rain tonight, actually, which is going to be good because my tomato plants, every day I've been going out there and watering my tomato plants, trying to keep them alive. But you know what it's like with tomato plants, they just dry out so fast. I haven't got them in a greenhouse situation, not this year anyway. So I thought they'd be all right outside because it's so hot, but they've just been done in. In fact, it's even started doing in my privet bush, which is wow. They're as hardy as anything, and you know what I mean. So, but I am keeping all my plants alive. I've got all sorts of different fruits and berries and stuff that I planted in my front garden a few years back. Josta berries are coming out really well. My red currants are coming out really well. Quite a few berries and things like that are doing really well this year, but they are in sort of a more shaded location. Now, I chose that location as a bit of an experiment. My front garden, it only gets sun for about 2 hours during the very end of the day as the sun basically goes down. And it hits like the left side first, and just as the sun goes down, it hits the right side of my front garden. So the right side of the front garden literally gets 10 minutes worth of sunshine. Now, planting these, I planted them around in line to see how much sunshine is going to affect. The one which gets 10 minutes sunshine has absolutely exploded to the point it's now as big as me. Now, I planted it when it was about a foot high, and it is now as big as me, takes up half my doorway, and it's a bit of a pain. All the rest are nowhere near, although they have grown well, they are nowhere near the same size as that. Now, I wonder whether it actually everything around here gets too much sun because we are very exposed on this part of the island. There's very little tree cover or anything like that. We are very exposed to the elements. Now, I was wondering, is it like we're getting more than enough UV just sitting in the shade? You know what I mean? And I think that's proven it. Round here is just such a sun trap when it is sunny, which at the moment it is not. It's nice and cloudy, which I'm not going to complain about at all because we need it. I've been out working in the sun for a long time. I was out working in the rain before that, but I think we do definitely need a good downpour. Now I'm just going to have a sip of my coffee out of my new Ants on the Rock mug. Very cool. Very happy with that. Right, so what else is there to talk about the heat? I may as well go into it. I do it every stream. Every stream, please do remember to give your ants and other pets, inverts, whatever, lots and lots of water at a minute. Mist their enclosures several times a day in this heat. Make sure they have a constant supply of water, if not 2 supplies of water, because the last thing you want is for them to run out and want a drink. As we know, they can't talk to us. It's kind of hard to tell. So just make sure that water's available. Keep your pets alive. You know. I say it every stream. That's just my little safety announcement, I suppose. I like to be helpful. I don't know. Right, so who's part of the Facebook group? If you're part of our Facebook group, we are starting to get more engagement and starting to do some more posts. I've added in another moderator on my Facebook group, Steve. He's absolutely great, so passionate about the hobby as well, and really passionate about the Ants on the Rock brand. So it's great to have him on board as another moderator. He's going to be helping me out on our Facebook group, just kind of keeping things moving, and we're going to have lots more competitions and things like that. We have run a survey lately. If you haven't already answered that survey, please do, because we're trying to find out sort of if it's worth doing certain types of giveaways or if other giveaways are better. These ones, he did tell me what they were called, but I completely forgot. But it's the ones where you buy like your ticket and then whoever wins gets the like £100 voucher, so on and so forth. There'll be like 50 tickets, £2 a ticket or something like that with a £100 voucher. I don't know. I'm not really bothered on the details. I just like to give stuff away. So yeah, that's fun. If you haven't already done that, check it out. That's on the Facebook group, the Ants on the Rock community. But it's not something I actually talk about very much on these streams. Is the Ants on the Rock community group. It's actually a really good group. Over 400 members in that group now, which is growing really, really fast. And it's a great load of people, much like yourselves. Everyone who watches these streams tends to be absolutely amazing. So what else have we got going on at the moment? A few bits and bobs that I've got working on, actually, which I'm not going to go into. I'm going to skip a few bullet points. But I think we are just about coming up to another duck race. So if I put the duck race banner up, we'll do another £10 giveaway on another duck race. Feel free to chuck out your numbers. We're going to have 10 ducks in this race. We've got 8 viewers currently, so we're going to have 10 ducks. Antisocial, thank you very much, buddy. And nice to have you back again. Tracy's number 2. Anyone on Facebook or Twitch, you are more than welcome to join as well. I will call out your number as you say it. I like to try and keep this completely open and fair. Tracy's 2, Creepy Critters is 6. Katrina is number 7. Antisocial is 4. Katrina is always so kind and she offers the runner her prize if she wins. I'm just going to give another minute or so for numbers of ducks to come in. Everyone can grab a number. We've got 8 people in the chat at the moment and we've got 10 ducks. If a duck wins that hasn't been allocated a number, a person, whatever, then we'll just run it again. It's always good fun watching the ducks go down the river. Should we have a look at what ducks we've got? We have plain duck, we've got red body duck, we've got a wizard duck. Now, wizard duck is notorious for using his room to get a little bit of speed bonus. We'll try not allow tonight. There's a few more plain ducks. The plain ducks do tend to come and gang. They gang up on any other ducks that they can. Sort of a dastardly and Muttley situation where they're digging holes, they're making traps, you know, dastardly and Muttley. If you don't know who that is, it makes me feel really old, I'm sorry. We've got Strawberry Hat Duck, don't know what that's about, but cool. Alien Costume Duck, Pink Duck, Punk Duck with one eye, Punk Cyclops, and Professor Duck, or University Duck, I don't know. We've got a great load of ducks. If you haven't already grabbed your number, please do, because we've currently just got 4 people out of 9 playing at the moment. I'll wait for a couple more. We've got 9 people in chat, so please do grab your numbers. And whilst you do that, I'm going to sit here and drink a little bit more of my cup of tea. I don't know if this is tea or coffee. I've been drinking it halfway down now. I can't tell. I think it's coffee. I'm going to say coffee. I can't even remember what coffee tastes like. I'm going to say coffee. Right, so we've currently got, I'm going to change this. We're going to go back and change it to 7 ducks, okay? 7 ducks. So we've got Tracy at 2, Critters 6, Katrina 7, and East 4. Anyone else that wants to join, please do. We've got Unicorn Duck, we've got a Plain Duck, we've got Dinosaur Costume Duck, Bee Duck, Viking Duck, Spider Duck, and Plain Duck. Let's get this race underway. I can't wait anymore. I want to give some money away. Let's do this. Right, if a duck wins that hasn't been allocated a person, then we'll just run it again. Good luck to everyone competing. I am booking in some more interviews as well. I do apologise for the lack of interviews in this season. As you know, I've just been super busy with a lot of other things, and it's actually quite hard to speak to a vendor about the exhibition or whatnot, and then go, actually, do you want this interview as well? So I'm speaking to so many different people about different things. It's hard to. I don't want to spam them. You know what I mean? Or do too much or take up too much of their time. But I will have more interviews lined up for you shortly. We do have one. I think we've got 1 or 2 this week, possibly. Ants UK is now number 5. Thank you for joining in. We do have some more interviews coming up this week, so that's cool. But in general, I will put more effort into getting a lot more interviews lined up for you. And I do apologise. It was a shame about that last one because we were meant to have an interview in the last stream, I think it was, and he cancelled literally 10 minutes before we were about to start. It is just sometimes the way, you know, something that happens. We all have issues occasionally. I thought I was about to see a beetle take off then. No, just stretching his wings. Last 12 seconds. I'm going to shut up now. Coming up to the line. last few seconds. And well done, number 5. Ants UK, you have won a £10 voucher, buddy. So if you want to send me a message on any of my social media, Discord, anything, then I will send you over the coupon code after the stream. Well done to all the winners tonight. It's always good fun. I love doing those duck races. I really do. I'm actually looking at going to a real life duck race. Well, I'd say real life duck race. It's like real life rubber ducks. The rubber ducks going down a real life river. You know what I mean? So yeah, that'll be cool. I might have to do like pre-record it, but then it's not that fair, is it? If I pre-record it because then I already know the winner. I don't know. We'll probably just have to do a duck race there and then go live and just have like a random duck race. I don't know. But it'd be brilliant. Yeah, well done, Ants UK. Super happy. I'm glad you're happy. Creepy Critters, there's always next time. We've got lots of giveaways coming up and happening over the next few seasons. It's going to be quite a lot of giveaways now, which is super exciting again. And that's just strictly down to growth of the Ants on the Rock brand, to be honest. It's going well behind the scenes, so we can afford to give away a bit more. Thank you very much. I appreciate you saying that. You will always be here. So will I. No, I do appreciate that. It's always kind of anyone to join, especially every episode. Sometimes I'm a bit boring. So I really do appreciate the views on those ones. Well, sometimes I've actually got stuff to talk about and I'm kind of interesting, but I wouldn't say that very often. Much like tonight, actually. I do have a list of like 20 things in front of me, but none of it actually seems that relevant, and I've spoken about some of it already. I will go a little bit off topic now. A little bit off topic. Now, I've been looking at new Jurassic Park movie, Domination, I think it is. Now, is anyone else into Jurassic Park? I suppose some of you probably are because you're nerds like me. I grew up with Jurassic Park. I think it came out the same year I was born, something like that. It's amazing. I like Jurassic Park, awesome, and great load of lore behind it as well. I really get into things with lots of lore, and they do kind of books about it and other stuff that's not just a film. More to get into. Not that great of a movie. See, that's it. I need to see it. I haven't seen it yet. Apparently, when it comes out, it's going to be on some weird platform, Zebra, or I can't remember what platform it's going to be on. But it's going to be on some weird platform. Now, I have a feeling you get that platform through Sky or Netflix or something like that. But how confusing is that? Why is it not just easy? Like, I don't know. I just want to watch that movie. Mainly because it's another one in the collection. I think it is going to be very different, and you can't go into it with the same expectations of, say, Jurassic World, which I thought was really well put together after like the break that they had between making the films. Was I don't have the original. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that because, like you say, they've got the original cast and they've got the new cast, and everything kind of molds together. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it. The first one, yeah, the first Jurassic Park movie, fantastic. I think the second one is probably my least favorite of the original trilogy, but I think I just overwatched it. It's a great film. That bit where the truck is hanging off the cliffside, absolutely cracking. And then obviously number 3 with the Spinosaurus or Spinodicus, if you want to go into it, really cool. So inaccurate, it's crazy, but very cool, well put together. And then the Jurassic World series, I really enjoyed the first one with all the historic references back to the original park. I thought they did that really well. And then obviously introducing more dinosaurs, the Mosasaurus and things like that. Well done again. We were waiting for something like that. And then the next one on, seeing the park like in that kind of state where it is just the volcano and so on and so forth. Yeah, again, I really enjoyed that. It was kind of sad seeing it come to an end, and I liked the way they brought. I thought they pulled it off well, and how they're going to bring them to the mainland, and have them escape. A few things I could have pulled not errors with, but could have been like, oh, they could have got away with not putting that in or whatever. But still a great movie. I enjoyed it, and I want to see this next one because it just finishes it off, doesn't it? And I haven't seen or heard any of the lore about it. Now, again, I'm really into the Jurassic Park lore. The lore around the first 3 films is quite intense. There's a lot that didn't make it into the films, but it's in the books. Really in detail stuff you can hear about. Samuel L. Jackson, when he gets his arm ripped off in the electric shed, yeah, it goes into full detail of how that all happens in the books. Really, really cool. I like stuff like that, like I say. So I enjoyed that. Yeah, Jurassic Park. I can't wait for that new film. There's a few new films coming out at the minute. Obviously, the Star Wars Andor series at the end of August. That's going to be fantastic. I think it was 30th or 31st. I can't remember. End of August, Andor series. That's going to be good. There's quite a few good things coming out at the moment. It's an exciting time for telly, which is good because the way everything's going to be going, we're all going to be sat around the telly trying to ignore the cold in the winter. No one will be going very far either because of fuel prices. But we're not going to get into that because we could go on forever about how the world's falling apart. But not in my small corner. Not in my corner. If there is more in the book, I think I'm going. Honestly, it's really worth a read, and if you cannot be asked to read it, because sometimes, honestly, I after a long day of work, or whatever, that you go on YouTube and type in like Jurassic Park lore, and they basically will read to you in detail and link things together. It's really, you've done a lot of videos on it. And that is just as good as the book sometimes, especially if you just get the audio book. Actually, just get the audio book. That's even better. But yeah, there's a lot of extra lore to it. It's all about the backstories, how they, why they're at the park, who's doing what job, and other things. It tells you a lot more detail than what's in the films. It's really good. Loved the 80s horror films with no CGI. Yeah, like Halloween, Freddy. Yeah, Freddy is brilliant. Let's be honest. Nothing really beats Freddy. My favorite one is Texas. I'm not going to say the full name on here because we're not past the watershed yet. But yeah, the Texas one, that is my favorite film of all time, believe it or not, is the original one. I really do like films like that. Kind of, what's the word? Dark sense of humor or dark taste in everything. But yeah, I quite enjoy things like that. My wife, not so much. She won't watch The Hills Have Eyes or anything like that with me. If you are younger than 18, do not watch these films until you are 18. I am not advocating watching them at all until you are of right age. They are scary. They are not nice to watch until you are suitable. Whatever. That's me getting past the legal bit. But no, I wouldn't recommend watching a lot of these films actually until you are a bit older. I watched things like Texas and Saw, things like that when I was like 13, 14. I swear to you, those things are with you for life. Watch them when you're a bit older. There's no harm in waiting. They're not going anywhere. But definitely the 80s ones were where it's at. But they're not that scary anymore. Like, in fact, I said this to wife not long ago. There isn't actually scary. Like, I would find it really hard to like get creeped out. I could sit in a dark room, watch all of these films on my own, and sit there and not get creeped out afterwards, if you know what I mean. But there's none of that anymore. It's not like back in the day where you put on a scary movie and then you tap at the window and be There's none of that, It's not like that. It's sort of like, that's disgusting. Like they're chopping a leg off or whatever, and it's more that kind of gore rather than horror these days. I think the original Pet Sematary. Yeah, again, right. So what other films were there? See, those were the original ones, and then there was like the phase in like I'd say early 2000s. There was like Kill Bill, Butterfly Effect, and things like that, which were like a different type of horror. Not even horror, different type of like that. I like it all. I like it. I get really into things like that. I wish I had more time to sit down and watch films. In fact, at the moment, I am really sad. Okay, I'm really sad anyways, but I'll admit to how sad I am. So I've got Sky, and I realised on Sky they have most things. Who likes Stargate? The original Stargate SG-1 was out in like 97, 95, something like that. I'm going to say 97. I watched it as a kid. My mum used to watch it. And I watched it, I don't know, probably for a few seasons. I've gone back to episode 1 and started watching all the way from the start. I'm on season 4 right now. I'm about halfway through season 4. And I'm watching like 2 or 3 episodes a day, just putting them on in the background whilst I'm sat with my notepad or sending emails, whatever. And yeah, I'm really enjoying Stargate again. So I know there's the original Stargate SG-1 series, then there's the Atlantis series, then I think Stargate Universe or something like that. It went a little bit wild. I didn't get that far with it before. So we'll see if we'll see if it's any good. If anyone has watched it, feel free to let me know what it's like. But yeah, I'm enjoying that so far. It's a bit nostalgic because they're like, what was it? They were talking about in the future in like 2030 something. It's like, oh, that's so close. Like I'm almost in their future, and it's not good. But yeah, so it's a little bit like hard hitting with that, and some of the technology is like, wow. Like you're meant to be like top range military, and I've got more like tech in like my microwave these days than they had. I don't know, but you know what I mean. It's pretty cool to look back and be like, "How they thought that was high tech? They haven't got a clue." But they thought like in 2020 we'd have like computers we can plug in and stuff. Like, nah, our phone basically just does everything. I don't know. If you had told me 20 years ago that the mobile phone that I was holding in my hand at the time one day would have full internet connection, be a computer, phone calls, texts, and Facebook, and just about everything, camera, and take films and upload videos and just do everything that it does, I wouldn't have believed you. That's like, I would have thought you crazy. It's just like back in 20 years ago, I just had like a big brick phone that basically just made phone calls. Didn't even send texts back then. I think text, like the first text, did anyone ever send a text on a phone box? Now that is old school. It cost like 10p or something, and you could send a text on a phone box. I remember that. I don't know if anyone else remembers that. I don't know how many of my viewers actually have ever seen a phone box, apart from being used as like a library or a toilet. But back in my day, phone boxes actually had phones in them, and people used to go in there to ring other people. And it was a really weird concept of how we used to communicate before mobiles. And the weirdest concept of before mobiles is going up and knocking on someone's door and asking if they're coming out to play. Like, these days, you just ring them up. Old school was a pager, yeah, all right. I think only rich people had pagers. I don't even know how it worked. But okay, pagers were like back in the 80s. Then it just kind of faded away because no one could understand it, I think, apart from doctors and like professionals. And then mobile phones just slowly started developing, I think. I don't know, but it makes me feel like I remember Snake. Does anyone remember Snake, the original Snake? Like, I got quite good at that, and then I don't know. There was a few other games which came about. It was like Pong, but Pong was one of the first games on like any console, wasn't it? Along with Space Invaders and those sorts of things. Um, so yeah, we got that, and I got really good at Pong. and, and then oh my god, right, so does anyone remember the original was it iPods, like the things which we put our music on, which came about after MP3 players? God, that was old, wasn't it? I don't think they even sell iPods anymore because it's just all in your phone. There's just no need for it. But I remember they had games on them, and like, why do you need games on your iPod? Like, obviously to play in class. But you weren't supposed to have your iPod in class either. But I don't know. I didn't really do what they wanted me to when it came to schooling. But you should, if you're listening, do your schooling. I always say do your schooling because it makes your life a lot easier than uh, well, more than what mine's been. I've had to work really hard to get into jobs and stuff, and I've been lucky. I have got some qualifications and A levels and things like that behind me. But without those first set of qualifications, it was always hard to get your foot in the door. So I always say try hard at school. It just shows that you're willing to work, and you might get a job straight away coming out of school, which is probably a best case scenario. I think university's getting a bit, unless you know you've got a job to walk into, university can just cripple you, I think. Like, lots of people will get a degree and then never use it, come home and there's no jobs of that category. So you just get into debt for no reason. I don't know. It's always an option to look into, but I think university can, cause a lot of issues. See, now I went to my family barbecue at the weekend. I think I did a stream just after that, and I talked to you all about it, didn't I? At that barbecue, there was loads of pictures of me as like a kid at my mum and dad's wedding when I was about 9 or 10, and so on and so forth. And like some of my old toys were even still there, and like, oh, showing my kids around and showing my daughter pictures of me when I'm about her age. It's just like you don't even recognize me, but we do look quite alike still. Bless her. All of my kids look a bit like me, but they've all kind of got like different parts of my personality. I say it all the time. So Kayla, my oldest, is like my quiet side. Amy's my loud, enthusiastic side, and then Evie's just my other bit. Like you can definitely see parts of me in all three of them. They're definitely my kids, at least. Which is always a bonus to know. Don't have to question that. Although I did always used to wind my wife up because I'd be like, "Hang on, I've been at work the last 2 years. How's this happened?" And she was not. Yeah, don't wind your wife up about things like that. Brilliant, thank you, Katrina. Thank you. We are heading towards the end of the stream now, I think. But if there's anything else that anyone wants to talk about, please do mention it now. Any questions or anything, feel free to put them in the comments and chat. And just any announcements that you want to make. If you've got a video coming out, a new pet, anything you want to talk about, the floor is open. Put it in the chat. Last few minutes before we start closing off the stream. And as always, I want to say a massive thank you to everyone for joining. It's been spectacular again tonight with some really good people in the chat. And I always enjoy these chat shows and chatting to you. I still don't have words. Like, I looked up words because I wanted to increase my vocabulary, and I wanted to express my gratitude to you. And there wasn't really any words in the English language that I felt really portrayed my gratitude to you. It is a hard one, but honestly, all of you are amazing. You're all so kind, so supportive of what we're trying to do here at Ants on the Rock. And you're all absolutely amazing. So thank you so much for joining for another stream. We do have some interviews lined up again this month, like I keep saying, and I will work even harder on lining up some more interviews. Now I'm going full time in the ant business and the Ants on the Rock brand. We will have a lot more interviews and stuff lined up, even more bonus episodes, even more stuff, even more outings, even more videos, loads more coming. Um, that's the benefits of going full time with it, I suppose, rather than just part time in the evenings. Absolutely love doing it, so it's not an issue. You know what I mean? In fact, it's going to be real. What's the word? Real enjoyment of my life. I think that's right. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing a big change in my life. Not going to be going out to work every day. I'm going to come down here and sit at the desk or whatever it's going to be. And that is now my full-time job. Super happy about that. Super excited. And we'll see where it goes, won't we? Don't forget to check out the event if you haven't already. More events are in the planning, so on and so forth. Send me a message. Honestly, if you want to talk about anything, got any questions about anything, send me a message on any of the social medias or my email address. You can find us on the Ants on the Rock website. That's it, antisocial. I thank you, but I say thank you so much. It feels like it loses its meaning after a while. You know what I mean? I like to mix it up. But yeah, thank you all for being so awesome and watching. And obviously, a massive thank you to our Patreon supporters, Katrina, Stacey, and Jason. Absolutely spectacular for supporting me the way that you are. It means that I'm able to do these other things that I am working on. Absolutely amazing. Thank you. And Answer Us, I can't thank Answer Us enough. He is so supportive in every way. He supports our stream, the event, and just about everything else. If you can't find what you want with me, I always say check out Answer Us first. He is also doing a big expansion at the moment. Lots of new stuff coming to his store. Super exciting, so keep your eyes on his website. But that is about it for tonight. I apologize for it just being another short one, but I just don't want to bore you with nothing to talk about. So I'm going to love you and leave you. You know where I am if you want me. Videos coming out this week. I have been working on it. It's going to be a good one. So as always from me, I'll see you again soon, Ant fans. Good night, and thank you all.